Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. So I'm not gonna lie, I'm not shocked by what happened today, but I am shocked by how long it took to happen. And when I say that, I mean this latest update in the Newjeans versus Ador legal battle has been long awaited, and we finally got a major update today. So let's break it all down step by step. So earlier today, the court hearing for Newjeans' objection to the court allowing Ador's injunction officially took place. Now, if you're not caught up, here's a quick refresher. Ador had previously filed an injunction stating that none of the Newjeans members could sign any advertising contracts, either independently or through third parties, without Ador's approval and overall involvement. Basically, it gave Ador full control over anything the members wanted to do. Music, appearances, endorsements, everything needed to be signed off by them overall. Well, the court originally ruled in favor of Ador, so that meant Newjeans couldn't move forward with any independent activities without having to go through Ador. Well, that ruling was made back on March 23rd, and it was a big win for Ador, as the court recognized them as the group's management agency. But here's the update, and why we're here today. Newjeans' legal team filed an appeal to challenge that decision. So what does that mean? It means Newjeans' side disagreed with the court's ruling, and they want it reviewed by a higher court, essentially saying, hey, we think this decision was wrong, and here's why. The appeal was heard today in a closed-door private session at the Seoul Central District Court, Division 50, with Chief Judge Kim Sang-hoon overseeing the case. The appeal overall specifically targeted the court's acceptance of Ador's injunction, and Newjeans' legal team argued that the ruling failed to consider a major issue, which was the complete breakdown of trust between Newjeans and Ador. And here's what blew my mind. The whole thing took 12 minutes. That's it? 12 minutes. For what could potentially be a landmark decision in K-pop legal history. Also surprising, none of the Newjeans members showed up, and no public statements were made by them. Compare that to their previous appearance to their first trial. They showed up, they gave emotional speeches, they answered media questions, but this time, complete silence. And honestly, that was probably the smartest move they could have made. Because here's the thing, every time they've spoken publicly during this legal fight, it hasn't really worked in their favor. The public mood has shifted. The emotional appeals didn't sway the court. And like it or not, courts don't run on emotions and statements. They run on evidence and legal reasoning. So I think Newjeans and their team are finally realizing that staying quiet and letting the legal arguments speak would be a better strategy, especially now when public support isn't necessarily on their side anymore. Now back to that 12-minute hearing. That's insanely fast for such a high-stakes case, which made me think, there are really only two likely scenarios that could have played out in that courtroom. Scenario 1 would be that Newjeans' legal team didn't provide strong enough evidence to prove the trust between them, and Ador was legally broken. The judge hears it, isn't convinced, and denies the objection on the spot, causing a short 12-minute hearing. Scenario 2, on the other hand, could be that Newjeans' legal team brought strong legal proof of that trust breakdown. Something solid enough that the judge had to have immediately accepted their objection and decided to move the process forward. Of course, those are just the two most likely possibilities. But there could be other technical reasons too for the quick hearing. But either way, it tells us that the judge had either already made up his mind, or the case was presented in a way that didn't need a long debate. And as of writing this, the court still hasn't announced a final decision on the objection. So I am still waiting for that update as I am writing this script. But here's where this gets bigger than just one group. This ruling, whichever way it goes, could be a major turning point for the K-pop industry. If Newjeans wins the objection and breaks the injunction, it could set a precedent for idols who feel mistreated or trapped in contracts with their companies. More idols might feel empowered to speak out or take legal action when things go wrong. But there's also a flip side. Companies seeing this happen might respond by tightening contracts, becoming more controlling, and creating an environment where idols feel even more stuck than before, so they don't sue their companies. So, yeah, no matter how this turns out, this could either empower artists or push companies to double down on keeping control. It's a double-edged sword. And with everything going on in South Korea right now, it's unlikely that the government is rushing to fix idol contracts anytime soon, in my opinion. Anyway, that's it for today's video. This is a developing situation, and I'll definitely be covering it as soon as the court releases its decision. So make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications, because my series, Entire Newjeans Drama Explained, is dropping at the end of the month. In that series, I'll be going through everything: the timeline, the lawsuits, the public reactions, the media coverage, and even possibly the shady stuff behind the scenes. And I'll keep it fair and honest. So if you like this update, don't forget to like the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now!
Like in the future.